I want to tell you a wonderful story about answered prayer. Eric Wagner was on board his boat just off the coast of Florida when he heard what he thought were screams or perhaps music coming from another boat. He looked around, there were no other boats. He was surprised that he might hear screams over the sounds of his engine, which were very, very loud. The wind was blowing, the waves were lapping against the boat. He just thought maybe he had made it up. He continued to motor on and he continued to hear screams, so he decided he better turn around. He turned his boat, he went back, and sure enough, he saw arms waving above the waves. As the arms would rise and fall, they would disappear for a moment, then to be lifted right back up. He moved his boat toward them, and there he found Tyler Smith and Heather Brown, and they had been in the water so long that they were cold and could barely move. They were frigid, and they had just about given up hope. They had screamed and they had cried and they had prayed, and they wondered, is God going to listen to our prayer? When they saw the boat coming, they began to weep. They held each other and they're shaking and trembling from almost near hypothermia. And then when they were pulled on board the boat, they were not altogether surprised to see that the name of the boat was Amen. Did you know that your amen is coming? As a matter of fact, if you're listening to this, you are likely listening because you've been praying for a long time and you've cried through the night and you've begged God. And so far, it seems like God has not heard your prayer, but just across the waves, like where you cannot see, God can see. He sees your arms lifted and he sees you rising and falling in your despair and your worry and your fear, and he's on his way. Help is coming. Your amen is just about to pick you up. I pray that this encourages you today. Sometimes when we hear the story of God answering someone else's prayer, it reminds us that he does answer prayers and that he will answer ours. Stay strong, my friend. Help is on the way. God is going to answer.